So good morning and welcome to Small Farm Living. I'm Julie, and in today's video I am doing an update on these long sprouted potatoes that I planted about a month ago. I will link that video down in the description if you'd like to go back and see that. But here we are, again, a little over a month later, and look how beautiful the potatoes are looking. They're very nice and lush and green and growing beautifully. You can see I have them in several of my raised beds. And some of them are actually already putting on blooms, like this one right here. So over here, I just wanted to show you just how tall they are, because I know sometimes it's kind of hard to tell based on just a video. So let me put my chicken container down here. It's for their feed this morning. I'm going to stick my hand down here and just show you how far up they actually are. They are just absolutely gorgeous. So planting long sprouted potatoes is not a problem at all. Now in this bed, this one is very lush. This is the only one bed that I had a little bit of trouble. You can see that there's a few bare spots, and I'm going to dig down in here in a second to see if there's any in there. But you can see I do have a few stragglers, so it doesn't mean that those maybe aren't coming up. But again, I'll check here so we can see. But these ones are pretty small compared to the other beds, but the nutrients is the same. So I'm just going to give you another shot here just to show you how tall they are compared to these beds. Now I made these beds out of pallets, and they're very deep. They go all the way down to the base, and they are lined with a weed mat fabric, pardon my shadow. But now that we've done the update on the potatoes, aside from showing you the ones that haven't sprouted yet, I'm just going to give you a quick little tour of what's going on in the garden. That was my lettuce. These are my goji berries all leafed out. They will not bloom for a while now. Some of my cabbage, I do have several of these. If you were in my greenhouse, I cover them with net bakes to keep the white cabbage moth off. This bed, I have a few straggling spinach, and then this is one potato that I didn't have room in the other beds that ended up over here. Now I have to cover my carrots with some netting for a little while in spring because the birds, particularly the robins and the white-crowned sparrows, love to peck at the new little greens coming up out of the soil. So as soon as these are a little bit taller and before they come up to the net, I will pull the netting off and they should be fine. This is the first year I didn't actually do my seed tape with my carrots, but I'll just thin them out. Now here is some cilantro that went to seed. I'm going to pull that out, and here is my garlic. Now my garlic is looking absolutely fabulous, but I have two volunteer celery plants in here. I grew celery in here about 3 years ago, and some of the straggler seeds are still germinating, but look at the nice stalk on my garlic. And I'll try to go through the little jungle here and show you what the stalk of my celery is looking like. This is the first time I've actually had celery with any kind of girth like this. Normally I get little spindly things and they don't amount to much. So I was pretty impressed with that this year. So now we are going to move over and take a peek at my raspberries. Now the raspberries here, I have two varieties in here. One is an everbearing golden raspberry on the right, and on the left is your standard red raspberry. I am going to be redoing my whole berry patch this fall once the plants are ready to move. These are my blueberries. They'll be moving too. Now these are the strawberries. I also did a video on moving my strawberry beds and thinning out the plants and getting just the young plants and showing you the difference between an old strawberry and a new strawberry plant. So I will try and link that video down below too if you're interested in that. But these are growing well. I did have a few little tiny babies that I transplanted that didn't make it, and I had a few extra ones I had put in some pots, and I just popped those in here the other day. Now I do grow cut flowers, part of my business. These are anemones, and they are about at the end. They're a cool spring flower, very beautiful. But again, these are about done. So as soon as these yellow and die back, I will be planting some veggies in there. Here are 3 of my girls, curious what I'm doing and hoping I'm gonna throw them a snack. These are my onions. I grow everything here from seed. So I started all of these from seed and transplanted those out. Now I'm pulling this out. This is parsley. It's starting to bolt and go to seed. I have way more of this dried than I could probably ever use. And then these are my English peas. The little white-crowned sparrows pecked the crahibis out of these this early spring, and I had to cover these for a while until they got a little bit larger so that they could survive. But they will start going up the trellis. This is my Pixie Crunch apple tree, some of the blooms that are open on it now. I love apple tree blossoms. I think they are so pretty. And up here is just showing them in their little tight pink bud stage, which I love this stage as well. Now over here, I am going to show, I haven't deadheaded my oregano from last fall, so that is an upcoming project I need to get taken care of. And Bee's Friend. This is a beautiful flower that is very early in the spring, and the bees truly love it, thus its name, but is a prolific seeder, as you can see how I have them coming up everywhere. So I'm just going to kind of let them do their thing because I'm not ready to put anything in the ground here. And then back to the potato bed real quick. I am just going to take a quick peek. You can see I already kind of dug in here and I didn't realize I wasn't recording. But this one back here, the frost nipped it. We weren't supposed to have a really low temperature where we could have had frost, but we did one day and it took me by surprise. And luckily that was the only one that got affected. As I was digging down in here, I did break off one little root. And I probably shouldn't have been digging, but I was just curious. Got the best of me and I broke it off, but there may be another sprout coming off of one of the potatoes down in here. I thought I could feel it, but then I thought I better not disturb it anymore. I don't want to break any more shoots. So if they don't come up, all in all, I think I had a couple planted there, and this is the one you can see a better look of the sprout that broke off. But hopefully you enjoyed the update. If you, again, didn't see the other video, I'll link it down below so you can see just what scraggly long sprouted potatoes can turn into. So that's all for this video. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.